What's good, Philly Fantasy John Podcast? What's good, everybody? You're tuned in for another episode of Philly Fantasy Football John Podcast. Look, I got a good feeling about Ashton Jeanty this year. And look, I've talked to some people I know, and a lot of people I would say I'm high on Ashton Jeanty. I'm not going to say not too high because I do have a ceiling for him. And one thing I've noticed that I missed out on sometimes in my 22, 23 years playing is these generational running backs come in and they ball. And if they don't ball right away, their ceiling is enough to at least be, to warrant a draft pick. Now, with Ashton Jeanty, there's reasons why I believe that he can be a top 10 RB in fantasy football. And right now, with his ADP, like if you're doing like a 12-team league, you probably get him like, I would say second to third round, maybe third or fourth. But a lot of people going to snap up Ashton Jeanty in them drafts. With the deeper leagues, you're probably going to have to, like I'm talking about deeper leagues, like similar to the ones I play. I play 14-team leagues, 16-team leagues. You're going to have to basically get him early. But I believe that when it comes to the Oakland, I said not the Oakland Raiders, but the LA Raiders offense, when it comes to them, like, there's three pieces in that offense that I believe are going to be the central pieces for that offense. It's going to be Brock Bowers, Jeanty, Jacoby Myers, and you can say Geno Smith. Now, with Geno Smith, I'm not necessarily thinking he's going to be like he's probably going to be like top 15, could be top 10 QB. But this is an offense that's going to be, they're going to be, passing the ball. They're probably going to be down in games and stuff like that. I believe with Ashton Jeanty, his makeup is, he's a great runner and he can catch the ball out the backfield and stuff like that. I believe he's going to get a lot of touches. And one thing that makes me excited about him is, look, I'm a diehard Eagles fan. So one of our former coaches is their offensive coordinator, Chip Kelly. Now, with Chip Kelly and Pete Carroll, I'm pretty sure, Pete Carroll, he has tons of experience, but I believe that Chip Kelly is going to have his touch on that offense. And if he's going to have his touch on that offense like I think he is, he's going to make it a point to create a lot of space for Ashton Jeanty. And Ashton Jeanty is going to be the top running back in that offense from day one. Like, there's nobody on that offense, I believe, that can, measure what Ashton Jeanty is potential-wise or skill-wise. Like, you think to last year, even Sincere McCormick was able to get some shine and provide some valuable fantasy numbers. So what you think that Ashton Jeanty is going to do? I think, like, his ceiling, his floor is, in my opinion, probably like a top 12 to top 15 RB. It depends on how you look at it, but his ceiling is, in my opinion, top 5 to top 10 RB. On a high trajectory, maybe top RB in fantasy football, but I don't see that just yet. So I am going to draft accordingly, but one thing we do is like we miss out on them generational type running backs that can help your team right away. And I was guilty of that too. Like, even when I was playing fantasy football and AP came in, like, I was like, well, he's a rookie. He's not going to do nothing. And AP proceeded to dominate. At the end of the day, you got to get the best possible players for your roster, depending on league size and where you can get them at. Because if you don't, you're just going to miss out. I think Ashton Jeanty has a lot going on with himself. He's going to be the bell cow back. They're probably going to run him into the ground. He's young. He's fresh. Hopefully, he can handle that. He should be durable enough. But he's going to play a role. He's going to get catches out the backfield. He's going to get a lot of rushing attempts. And yeah, he's probably going to have games where he disappoint. But I do believe that, here's what I think. I think he's going to have games where he balls out during the season. But he's probably I think he's going to be solid enough to be like, okay, I'm starting him my first couple weeks, and he's not going to extremely disappoint, but he's probably not going to be like top RB in fantasy football in the first 5 weeks. But as the season goes by, probably from weeks 6 to the playoffs, or maybe week 7 to the playoffs, I believe he's going to be one of the top RBs. And I do plan on getting some shares of him in some of my leagues. It just depends on where I draft him at. So that's all I got to say is, look, don't miss out on Ashton Jeanty. Ashton Jeanty is going to ball. And I think that he has everything in his place to ball. Like, Oakland Raiders are not a perfect team. They need help. They need help defensively. They need help on the offensive line. But we're going to see. Like, I believe that sometimes, a great RB can camouflage some of your team's weaknesses, even if it's on the O-line. So when you look at Ashton Jeanty, I would say when you draft him, just be mindful that, he is a rookie running back, but you don't want to miss out on the potential. But be mindful of the fact that he might struggle certain games. But I think in the long run, his potential is going to be greater, and he's going to possibly win people leagues. We're going to see how everything shakes out, but my floor for him is the floor for him, in my opinion, is like top 12 to top 15 RB, which if he does that, that's probably like, a solid flex, solid RB, RB2 or RB3, depending on your roster structure. But I believe the ceiling is definitely top 5, top 10 RB. So look, go get yourself some Ashton Jeanty. Make sure you get some shares, because I believe he's going to ball out, and I'm not going to be the one that miss him in certain leagues. Like, I gotta snap him up, and you should too. If you like the content, subscribe to the page. I got a Facebook page. You can also join Broad Street Bullies Fantasy Football. There's a group. I'll start rolling my leagues out. If you want in on the leagues, I commission pay. I commission pay leagues ranging from $5 to $100. So if you go to that page, from this page, just let me know. Shoot me a message. I'm easily accessible. I'll respond to your message. Shoot me a message. Let me know. Subscribe and follow the page. All right, I'm out.